Alright, so I have 2004 Chevy Tahoe, and the dreaded blend door actuator failed. It was blowing hot air all the time. When they break, they tend to default towards heat. You can see it right there. What a pain in the ass. I watched several YouTube videos on how to do this. Some involve sawzalls. None of them that I saw anybody remove the airbag. And the passenger side airbag on my vehicle was very easy to remove, surprisingly so. And as you can see, it gave me much better access. Still tough to get to back there. You can see it, that screw is still sticking up. I haven't finished screwing it back down, but I've already changed the blend door actuator. That's the new one in there. Very difficult to see, difficult to work on, difficult to get at. But removing the passenger side airbag does seem to make it better. So to remove the airbag, it's only 4 bolts, 10mm bolts. These guys right here. 2 of them sit from the underside. When you drop the glove box, you can access the bolts through there. The other 2 sit in these holes, one here and one here. Those you'll have to remove the vents. Reach in with a 10mm socket is what I used, and remove those 2 bolts. This one is a little bit tighter and more difficult on the passenger side, but can be done. Saved me a lot of trouble, saved me some headache. I could absolutely not reach up through the hole in the glove box around underneath the metal bar. Just couldn't do it, couldn't get at it. As far as getting on the actual actuator, difficult as well. Let's see if I can. The front screw, the one that's still sticking up there, that's pretty easy to get to. You can see that screw. You can touch that screw. You know it's there. It's workable. 7/32 is the size. The far screw in the back is much more difficult. Difficult for me to get a camera angle on. Socket. I use this little task force guy, but if I can bring this around. This socket's here. It's near the screw. I can't get on there one-handed because contact the ductwork. See if we can see that right there. Contact the duct. I used a pry bar through the vent hole, and I pushed the duct up, and I was able to get my socket on there. After I had that removed, I thought about it. I quit for the night, and I came in the next day, and I built a special tool, special socket. It wasn't necessary, but it did help me out a little bit. And you can see it's just a little piece of flat bar with a small 7/32 socket welded onto the end, and then I ground down the top of the socket right there. Little weld right there. Nothing special, nothing fancy. But profile wise, it's quite a bit lower profile than the ratchet I was using. So that guy worked for me. See if we can get back in there. Balancing the light, the phone, and the special tool is difficult. So right there, I'm on that screw, and it's very slow, methodical turning, but it can be done. I didn't have to sawzall my dash apart, and it wasn't terribly difficult. I think I was into this a couple hours last night, taking apart, figuring out, and I'll be into it a couple hours again today after I put everything back together. But new blend door actuator, passenger side, hopefully never have to do it again. It's not that daunting of a task, especially if you remove that airbag. So good luck.